All right, y'all, here we go. All right, y'all, the first thing I got to do, I got to get these 5 center cats off and put in my ARP studs, all right? So I'm going to get these 5. I'm going to take a picture of it so I know how to put these back on. Then I'm going to put my studs in, and then I'll start back with the camshaft and the crankshaft and put the bearings and all of that, all right? So y'all give me a second and I'll cut y'all back on. All right, y'all, I'm back. Go ahead on and get these journals off. These take a 12-point bolt here. I mean a 12-point nut, and it's a 12-point 16mm nut, you know. And these journal caps are labeled 54321. So you know, just take a note of where you're pulling it from, so you can put it back in the right place here. So I'm going to get these off of here, so I can go ahead and put these studs in, and then we'll get going on the rest of the build here. Take these off. Come on, buddy. Yeah, but this is a LS 5.3. This motor came out of 2004 Chevy Silverado 1500. Bought it for $350. It was a complete motor, but I tore it down completely, took it to the machine shop. He bored it out 30 thousandths over, and yeah, so it should be a pretty strong motor for me when it's all said and done. So it's 5, 4.
Hey,
What's up?
I know those jeans are
Three.
big. Your jeans
Yeah,
from last night. What about that sweatshirt? Do you want me to put in dirty clothes or?
yeah. All right.
Are you on the phone?
No, I'm just recording the video. It's all good.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You know, it's just for my brothers. That's all. Ain't no problem. Okay. All right. Y'all, since these studs will be permanent, you can put a little Loctite on these. So I'm going to pull these out and put a little Loctite on them, and then I'll put these down in there permanently, you know, because these studs shouldn't have to come back out once I get it, unless I'm doing another rebuild on the motor or something happened. Once these go in there, these shouldn't have to come back out. So I'll get these out and we'll go from there. So I will cut you guys off right now, and I'll bring y'all back when I got all these studs in and start on the camshaft. All right, y'all. I got the studs back in now. Now these studs, they just go down finger tight. So I'm looking for my wrench I just had her. These don't have a toe to board, but you just put these down finger tight. So I'm going to go back through and just check them all. Make sure they're finger tight. That one was a little loose there. And I'll start on the putting the camshaft in there. I went with the Truck Nowhere Stage 2 cam. So that should give me plenty of chop. When I get this all said and done, it should sound pretty good, you know. Run pretty strong. Just get all these checked out, make sure all these are good to go. Just hand tight, finger tight rather. Loose there. And I'm probably going to have to turn this motor around, face the camera a little bit better, so I can show y'all what I'm about to do here when I put some oil Ultra Slick on these cam bearings here. All right, so let me turn this around. All right, y'all. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cam bearings in here, Ultra Slick. So I'm going to put a little bit on my fingertips and oil down each of these cam bearings. So when I put the camshaft in there, it should go in there no problem, you know. Don't need a lot, just put a little bit on your fingertips. Makes this thing. All right, guys, this here is the star of the show right here. Truck Nowhere's cam. Stage 2 here. Here we go. Now, Got to get this bad boy lubed up pretty good. Stick it in there. Pull this off. That's what I got. Truck noise, hopefully y'all can read that. I'll just do it in here. Put it all in here, you know. But you got to get this lubed all the way up. I'll still do it on this plastic, would probably be better. You got to get this lubed all the way up. So we're going there nice and neat. Don't be gentle with it here. Get this all lubed up here. Yep. Yep, you gotta get this bad boy all lubed up all the way around. And a little bit more on here. A little bit more on this right here. Backside here, okay, here we go. This backside needs a little bit more on it. Come back and clean off the table plastic here. Alright. Yeah, I think that's pretty good, guys. She's good and lubed up here. Take off these gloves here and get me. I don't know if that works. Is this good for y'all right here? All right, y'all, there we go. That'll work. All right. So you gotta drop this can in here. This one right here. You can kind of go from the, got to slide this bad boy in here and work it on through, you know. You get it on through the first one, you just twist it. Here we go. Oh yeah, she's going in there nice and neat. Okay, got it through third one here. Go through, pick it up, get it on through the fourth one. Yeah. There we go, bingo. Camshaft is in. Camshaft is in, y'all. All right, so let me, that was easier than I thought it would be. Went in, everything was nice and lubed up. Camshaft went in perfectly. Everything fit, those bearings look good, no problem. So let me go ahead and get set up to put this cam retainer plate on. All right, y'all, I'm back. All right, the next step is I got the camshaft in. Now I'm going to put my camshaft thrust plate on and my camshaft timing sprocket, but the timing sprocket won't be torqued down. It's just going to go on just so this camshaft doesn't fall out here. So here's a new thrust plate here. Thrust plate with the new seal there. It came with 4 countersunk bolts, you know, which will give you a little bit more clearance on the thrust plate. And here's my timing chain kit, but the timing won't be going on yet. I'll just be putting on this right here to lock it down. So let's get going on it. Get this thrust plate off here. The good thing is this new thrust plate, the bolts come with a little bit of blue Loctite on there, if you guys can see that. So yeah, so to make sure it's locked down. Let me go ahead and get those on. And these take a T40 Torx bolt. Yeah, T40. So let me go ahead and get that on there. Put this on before I go ahead and torque these down real quick here. Just get a little bit in here. Get that one on there a little bit. Yeah, get in there, buddy. Get my wrench out on these here. And at this point, this camshaft thrust plate can be torqued down. I believe it's 18 foot-pounds, so let me verify and make sure. Then I'll go ahead and get this torqued down really quick. Be done with this piece here. All right, y'all, back on here. I'm going to just get these down a little bit closer, and then I'll put my Torx wrench on it. These go down to 18 foot-pounds, so after I get these down a little bit further, then I'll break out my Torx wrench on them. Go ahead and get these locked down to 18 foot-pounds here. So here, take this bad boy, put this on. I'm gonna get this. Got a little clearance on here. Yeah, here we go. I'm not gonna go all the way to 18 just yet. I'm just try to get it down even, and I should be hearing a click here shortly here. Let me keep going up here. Go down here. Not that. Okay, let me see if I get it here. Get in there, buddy. There we go. Got that one here. Got that one. Got that one. Got that one. Okay, guys. All right. The cam retainer plate is torqued down here. All right, y'all. I'm back. All right. So the next step is to put this camshaft timing sprocket on here. Camshaft is kind of pushed back a little bit, you know, so I've got to push this forward up in here like that. Put this on. This will keep it from falling out while I assemble it, but this won't. I'm not putting the timing on just yet. Just going to put this on to keep this camshaft in place here. So I slapped that there, and the timing chain came with 3 10mm ARP bolts. Let me get these out, and I'll put these on. These won't get torqued down as of yet, because we're not, like I said, we're not going to, this isn't the time to set the timing on it just yet. Just lock these bolts down here to keep this camshaft from falling out while the motor's being assembled, you know. These are 10mm ARP bolts here, good bolts. So let's go ahead and slap these in here. And this should keep this camshaft right up front where it's supposed to be. I'll come back and torque these down later on in the build here. Okay. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And let me just give you guys an overhead shot. Let me cut it back off. Stop it. And at this stage, guys, you can check your camshaft. And if you turn that timing chain, camshaft timing sprocket, you should be able to see that camshaft turn smoothly on the inside. And yes, sir, she's turning nice and smooth. I don't feel any hang-ups or anything like that, which is where you want to be to make sure your bearings are nice and neat, you know. So yes, sir, this bad boy is turning nice and smooth, you know. So yeah, so that's one thing you want to check once you put your camshaft in there and get it locked down and get it. So if you could just spin it to make sure everything's turning nice and smoothly. And she is turning nice and smoothly, as you can see in there, you know. So we are good to go so far. All right, y'all. The next step is here. I I'm going to put in my bearings here for the main crankshaft here. These are the bearings here, some King bearings. I've got, these are 1, 2, 4, and 5, and of course the third one in the middle is a little bit different. This is what the one in the middle looks like. It looks a little different here. First, you got to do a little maintenance on your journals here. You want to get you some shop towels, you know. I'll just go through here and make sure this area is clean, you know, where these bearings are going to go. I got a little lube on there, so I want to go in there and clean that out. Clean that out real quick here. And I have to put on some clean gloves and give it a finger test here. Make sure these are good to go here. Make sure I don't get dirt or nothing in there, you know. Let me put on some clean gloves so I can finger test it. It may still be a little oily. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want it to be clean. You put these bearings on, be good to go. On here. Well, I tear up more gloves than anything else around here. Okay. Got that here. Put this on. At this point, you just want to take a finger wipe, you know, get a clean glove. Just wipe through there. See, it's pretty clean, you know. Just go through here and wipe through there and make sure these come back pretty clean. And they are coming back pretty clean. I just wiped them with the shop towel, you know. So these shouldn't be no problem. Okay, where are my bearings at? All right. Got my bearings here. Let me get my bearings open. You don't want to do anything to scar your bearings up, you know, so be careful not to drop these or anything like that, okay? And these are, told me my crankshaft bearings were standard, so these are the standard bearings for the crank. But the rod is, no, I think this may be 30 over, I forgot which one, but yeah, but I got what he wanted me to get. Now, if you see here, this has a little a little spot right here. You want to make sure that your bearing, this little piece right here, goes there, you know. This is the right one. Let me try another one here. Go from there. Let me get these figured out here. All right, there we go. This piece right here. So you want to get these on here nice and neat, and you should hear a click. I should hear a click here in a second as I go to put these down in here to make sure that these are good to go. Make sure I get these snapped down in here. I don't like that. I don't like the way that's looking there. Let me try to get this bad boy right in there like that. There we go. See if I can get this one a little bit better in here. What you want to do, you want to make sure these are nice and even on both sides. Perfect. There we go. Now you want to make sure that this bearing and this blocker, these are level on both sides, you know. Make sure these are level on both sides, okay? These are level height. I'll bring it down so you guys can see here. Bring my camera down here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you want to make sure these are level here. No side is higher than the other, and you are good to go. So let me get these other four on real quick here. All right, y'all, be back. I've got the 4 of the 5 crankshaft bearings on. Of course, I told y'all number 3 is different. But you want to make sure that the bearing that has the holes in it, that's the block side. So now I'm going to put this third one on here. Hopefully get that satisfying click here. See, my glove is kind of beat down, but I'm going to put this on here. It doesn't matter which side it goes on, how it goes. But you want to get this bad boy in there nice and even. There we go. Heard that click? She's in there. All right. All right. Now the next step is to put a little lube on here. But you don't want to go up to the top on these edges here. You want to stop about 1/4 of an inch up, you know, so that it doesn't spin when you put the actual crank in there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of lube on each one of these 5 here. And then I'll move on to the next step. Just put a little bit. Don't go all the way to the top there. There we go. Yeah, you just want to put a little bit on here. But just don't go up to the top. Might put a little bit more on number 1 right here. Just don't go up to the top there. All right. That looks good. Looks good there. All right, y'all, so we got that done. Go ahead on and get y'all set up. Take a look at my crank from the machine shop. Now my crankshaft from the machine shop is it's the normal stock crank. So let me get it out the way so I can get this motor out the way so you guys can see the crank here. Let me get it unwrapped. Bring it out here, you know. You can see you've got my crank here, wrapped in green plastic here. This is the stock crank, cleaned it up, polished up. It's my first time putting some eyes on. I never unwrapped it when I picked it up from him, from the shop here. So let's get it unwrapped and take a look at it real quick here. And then I'll get this in. So you know. He's got it. Got it polished up pretty nice. See a little surface there. All right, guys, here's the crank. We're gonna go in here. Let me see what we got here. We inspect it. Sure it looks good here. Put on me some gloves here, make sure it's smooth and nice and neat here. Yeah, but the crank does look pretty good. It's the, like I said, it's the stock crank from the 2004 Chevy Silverado here. So yeah, there it is all the way there. I'm gonna put me some new gloves on and go ahead and get this bad boy dropped in here. And then we can put these journal caps back on and button this part of the build up. Okay, let me figure this out. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, here. Yep. Yeah, all this is pretty smooth here. These areas all feel nice and smooth and clean. Yeah, so I think Dean's gonna Done a good job taking care of me here. Surface rust there, but yeah. All right, so let me get y'all turned back around so we can go ahead and drop this on and I can move on to the next part of the build, okay? All right, guys, I'm ready to drop this crank in. The most important on the crank is that it has to go in exactly parallel. You can't put in one side and then drop in the other. You have to put it in nice, level, and even, you know. So let me go ahead and do that. This mud is heavy. All right. Got it ready to go in. Make sure it's going to go in nice and even. Let me get this bad boy in here. Okay, there we go. She's in there, guys. All right. All right, guys, she's in there. And the most important part in here, when you do this part right here, is do not spin the crank right now, because you can spin some of that lube up on the top here and spin the bearing when you put it in. I'm tempted to do it, but you just leave it right now. Do not spin the crank once you put it in here like this without the journals on and everything buttoned down. So I'm going to get ready to move on to the next step, which is putting the journals back on and putting that other side of the bearing on, and then we'll be good to go. Okay. There we go. Nice and even. Let me get number 5 in here. It's going to go in that way. 5 has to be like that. Okay, there we go. Click in there. All right, y'all, these are all lined up, ready to roll. Same as before. Put a little Permatex assembly lube on there. Where's my number 1 at? That's 2. This is 1 right here. I'm going to start with 1. Put a little bit on here. And don't go up to the top. You know, you just do a little bit right up to about 3/4 up the way there. Give me a little shop towel, wipe that off. That ain't no problem. All right. I'll just show you how to do one, then I'll do the others, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so. All right, so we got the engine here, ready to put these main journals back on here. I'm going to start with number 1. Put it on here. And just slide it on. Drop it on there just like that. And we'll come back and hook everything up here shortly. So I'm going to get these these last 4 on. And then we'll come back and start to torque these down to specs, all right? All right, y'all, be back in business here. Time to get these nuts on these main caps here. These are 12 point nuts, 16 millimeter here. And each one of these bolts here, to get a good torque spec down on these here, you got to put a little bit of ARP fastener torque on here, you know. I mean, torque lube up under here, under each one of those. So you just Let me get this ripped off here. So you just put a little bit on your, so you just put a little bit up under each bolt here. That'll help you get a good accurate torque reading here. These are all the same. Go ahead and get this going here. I'm going to get all of these on here first, and then I'll come back with my little small wrench just to get them started. Then I'll start to torque them down here. All right, y'all, that was the last one. Now I'm going to grab my little small wrench here and just get these finger tight before I start the torquing down sequence on these here. Get my little ratchet here. Where my little mini ratchet at here? Yeah. Yep. Use my little ratchet here just to get these going at finger tight. That's too big there. Start on the inside there. Start on the inside there. Get these down. Make sure these are all down pretty good here. All right, guys, these looking like they about ready for me to start to torque these bad boys down. You know, so go ahead on and give it a shot and get going on it. So let me get my torque wrench set up here and make sure I follow these instructions as far as the tightening down sequence, you know. Let me see. So let me look at my sheet here. Let me get this set up, guys. All right, guys, got my digital torque wrench here. I'm going to do these, so it looks like I do the innards first. The lower innards, I do those first. And I set those at, the innards get 30, so I mean 60, so I'm going to set it at 30 the first pass. All right, y'all, got my torque wrench set to 30 foot-pounds for the inside. Gonna go ahead and get started on these inside ones here. That's good there. Okay, one. It should beep when I get there. All right, I'm good there. There we go. And I switch over to 3 right here. Gotta do these per the order here. Okay, 4. All right, and I go here for 5. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, let me move this back a little bit here. I may have gotten out of view a little bit here, but hey, this one may have been a little looser than the other ones here. I'm gonna get it though here. Let me get this bad boy. Get down on there, buddy. There we go. Then I go back here for 7 on this one. There we go. this one here for 8. There you go. Then I hit this one right here for 9. Come on, buddy. Okay. Hit this one right here for 10. Okay, there we go. So that's 30 on those, guys. Now I'm going to hit these outside ones. I'm going to set it down to 25. Because the outer gets 25, so I'm going to knock this down to 25. And get going on these outside ones here. Oh, let me go back. Set this foot-pounds. There we go. Okay. Start with 11 to be this one right here. Hopefully I'm still in the camera view here. Let's see, yeah, there we go. These get 25 off the bat. Okay, that's 25, that's 11, it's 12 here. Okay, 12, 13 is right here. So I get that loud beep. Okay, this is 15. Okay, this one up here is 16. Yeah, okay, here we go. Hit these on the end, 17. 18. 19. 20. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the main bolts here. I mean the back, the innards, and set this to 60 now, which should wrap this part of it up here. Let me go back, get this up to 60 here. Then I'll come back and do the outer at 50, and then that'll have that wrapped up here. So I got this set to 60, guys. Okay, 60 on these innards here. Make sure I stay in camera. Yeah, this motor stand's been kind of moving when I've been torquing it down here. So I'm going to get these at 60. Gotta stand up on this one right here. That's 60. 60. 1, 2. Then I go here. 60. 60. And 60. Okay. Okay. Then I'm going to take this down to 50 for the outers. $50. We get down there. 50. Okay. Start on this one right here. Okay. Go. 50. That's good one here. Nope. 350. There we go. Okay. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. So I think that part is done there. Yeah, got everything torqued down on here. These main caps are on. The crankshaft is on. So yeah. All right, y'all. I had to make a run to Ace True Value Hardware to get some ATV silicone or some RTV silicone for these side bolts here. This is one reason why this LS is so strong, because these get locked down, and you got these side bolts as well that makes it extra strong, you know. So yeah, so I got to put a little bit of this up under each of these heads here, you know. So yeah, so let me bring it back here. You guys can see what I'm about to do here, and get this opened up and get these side bolts in. And these go down to 20 foot-pounds of torque pretty easy. So you just put a little bit of this up under each head, so that it doesn't leak out any oil, you know. Just put a little bit on your finger here. Just rub it up under. Just put a little bit up under each of these heads here. A little bit of silicone there. I'll get it started here. Let me get this out. Just use my little small ratchet just to get each one of these going before I torque these down to 20 foot-pounds of torque each. Yep. All right, y'all. I believe that's it. So the last step is I'm going to turn everything, and if everything is done right, this crankshaft should turn pretty easy. So I'm going to put the camera up top and see what we got. Go ahead and stand this up real quick here. Just do this real quick here. This journal and this camshaft. I mean, this camshaft should turn pretty easy. So let's see what we got. Yes, sir. She's turning pretty easy, y'all. Nice and smooth. So I think I'm in business so far. I think I'm in business. I'm looking down in there. Yeah. Crankshaft is turning pretty good, guys. So that's it for step one. Appreciate it.